So have you guys ever been hanging out with your friends and you see a pair of sneakers for the first time and you're like thinking in your head, those are dope. And then they say out loud, those are super ugly. That's what this video is all about. These are gonna be the top 5 pairs of sneakers that people either love or hate. What is going on, guys? This is Hess from CollectiveKicks.com, and if you want to see this week's top sneaker deals, go check the link in the top of the description and have fun shopping. So this video I thought would be a fun one to be able to create because there are a ton of sneakers out there on the market that people just straight up love or just straight up hate, and I figured this would be a really entertaining list. And more importantly, if you guys have other suggestions that I did not mention in this, leave a comment and let me know what shoes that you think people love or hate. Also, if you have any suggestions of what you want to see for top 5 videos, just leave a comment in the comment section. I'll check out those comments later. Let's go ahead and get into it. The only runner-up that I have for this video before we get into the top 5 is the Curry 2 Low. This is definitely one of the most hated shoes of all time. So it's not more of a love and hate thing. That's why I didn't have it in the top 5, because not very many people love the Curry 2 Low, especially in that white colorway. The internet roasted Chef Curry super hard on this shoe. I don't know if Under Armour really ever recovered from that. I'm sure some people like the shoe and play in the Curry 2 regardless though. That being said, let's jump into the number 5 spot. So the number 5 spot for me goes to the Yeezy 750s. This shoe has to be one of the most loved and hated pairs of sneakers on the market. It's definitely a shoe that people have bought because it holds value, but it's not a shoe that everybody can pull off wearing, in my opinion. I personally just don't have enough fashion sense, in my opinion, to be able to pull off wearing a pair of those. I'd probably wear a pair of joggers with 750s, which wouldn't work. But at the end of the day, like, that is a shoe that I think people can pull off or they can't pull it off. I still remember seeing the first images, the really grainy images of him holding the shoe, and people are like, those aren't the Adidas Yeezys, because it was the first pair of Adidas Yeezys that he was creating with a new brand after Nike. So it was a really interesting move, and the fact that he went so far left from what he was creating, kind of a sports inspired Nikes, to this like higher end fashion pair of Adidas. It was a crazy move from Kanye, but it was a genius move at the same time, and it was well received by some and again hated by others. So that is why this is the number 5 spot, because of the love and the hate. And hopefully this gives you an idea of the type of sneakers that you're going to see in this countdown. There's a huge fly flying around the room right now. It's driving me crazy, man. So speaking of flying, the number 4 spot goes to the Air Jordan 15. And I guess you could really say that this could be the 16, 17, 18, 19, blah, 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 all the way to the 32, because for a lot of OG heads and a lot of really diehard Jordan fans out there, everything is dead after the Air Jordan 14. Most will even say the 13s. I say the 14s because he played and there's the last shot with him in the 14s. But that is why I say the Air Jordan 15 and so on. 15 is definitely going to be a hated shoe and a loved shoe, but anything after the 14 is primarily just looked down upon, since Jordan didn't really play in them and it wasn't really part of that Jordan era. There's still fans like myself that really like the designs of the Jordan models that have been occurring after the Air Jordan 14 and are really excited to see what is produced every single year. The fly is so big. It's seriously so big back there. You see that thing? That's giant. How do we get that in the house? This is ridiculous. I'm trying to do a video and all I can see is the fly over here. Anyways, somebody leave a comment and let me know what is your favorite Air Jordan after the Air Jordan 14, because I know some people definitely like some of the models out there after the 14s. How are you guys feeling about the 32s? I think they look okay. I don't have the 32s in hand right now because I'm one of the few channels that Jordan Brand does not seed. Doesn't mean I don't want to be seeded, it just means they don't seed me. So moving on to the number 3 spot goes to the LeBron 11s. How to do it, man. This is definitely a shoe that people really like or really hate. For me personally, I love this shoe. It's my favorite LeBron to date. I like the fact that it has deposit type material all over the shoe. It has a drop-in Lunarlon insole, and I really like the overall look of this shoe, but this is not a shoe that was very popular amongst sneakerheads, especially after they dropped the LeBron 10 that had such a nice cushioning system with the Zoom Air in this that is super crazy. Also, just the fact that this model was just a really nice looking shoe in a lot of people's opinions, and then it followed up with something that was a little bit too edgy, a little bit too crazy. And because of that, I think that the general consumer just was not vibing with the LeBron 11. And the reason why I didn't say the LeBron 13 is because this shoe is just hated on. It's not, I don't think anybody really likes this shoe that much. This colorway was my Thanos inspired Infinity Gauntlet. I'm really proud of this design. The fact that I was able to make something out of this model was something that was not easy. Here's my Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, and then this is my Thanos inspired shoe with the Infinity Stones on the bottom. I really like this design that I ended up doing, but overall this shoe is not one that people like. It's not a very comfortable shoe, I don't think. And the fact that they did this Foamposite sort of stuff over the laces, it's like, why? You literally can't lace swap these. In fact, I did a video of me taking the laces out of a LeBron 13, and full disclosure, I've never got those laces back in the shoe. This shoe was just hated on. Thanos! I can't wait for Avengers, bros. All right, so moving on to the number 2 spot has to go to this shoe right here. This is the Nike VaporMax. This is definitely a shoe that has drawn a lot of controversy over the last year, and it's been one of the shoes that I was really anticipating and wanting to get in hand. The very first images I saw of this crazy looking sole, the fact that it had an all air unit, a midsole. In general, you're like literally walking on air. Although it didn't really live up to my expectations, it's still a shoe that I really wear all the time. It's a really comfortable shoe, and it's just different comfortable, as I mentioned in my reviews. And I've done a lot of detailed reviews, as well as an after 3-month review of wearing these shoes. If you guys didn't see those videos, go peep them on my channel. This is a shoe that people love or hate. They say it looks like a soccer shoe. They say it looks like a track shoe. It's just intrusive looking with a big bulging bulbous bubbles. Like, it's just really not a shoe that people really love to look at. But then you have other people that look at it and go, dang, like that is a dope shoe. It looks like a Flyknit racer in a sense. It has some ventilation in the shoe. The overall aesthetics of the shoe look really good. I love the fact that it has a detached tongue at the top, and then it's attached from here down. So it has a really snug fit, but it's easy to get on your feet. But this is definitely a shoe that is absolutely loved or absolutely hated, depending on the personal preference of the individual looking at the shoe. All right, guys, so we made it to the number 1 spot on the video. And if you guys are enjoying the content, go ahead and hit that like button if you guys would. Let's go ahead and show you guys the number 1 most hated shoe, in my opinion. So the number 1 shoe that people love to hate has been going on for 20 years now, and that is the Nike Foamposite. This is definitely one of the most craziest shoes that are on the market still, and it was so forward thinking back then in '97. It still looks super crazy futuristic right now. It reminds me of Flight of the Navigator, if you guys have ever seen that Disney movie. One of my favorites when I was a kid. Loved that movie. This was one of those shoes that people loved or hated back then, and it's a shoe to this day and age that people love or hate. Unless, let me guess, you guys love it now, right? You guys only love this colorway? Ah, man. That's the hype game though, right? Like the fact that this is a colorway people like, and this is a shoe that people like. But the OG, the one that started off, nah, I don't really like that one. The Galaxy one was dope though, because this one really set it off for the Foamposites in general, because this is the very first one that actually had a print on the upper, which was insane. Like, it was so dope the way they did this theme. And then this is again the original colorway that they ended up having in here. So this is definitely a shoe that is either loved or hated. Even with the hyped colorways, I know there's going to be people out there that say, I don't even like them, man. Even though it's a Galaxy print on the shoe, the shoe doesn't do it for me. It's just really ugly. And you know what? I can't argue with them. That's a love or hate thing, and that's what this countdown was all about. Shoes that people either love or hate, and that's pretty much the countdown. Leave a comment, let me know, what do you guys think about my list? Out of the list, which one is the one that you hate the most, or which one do you love the most? What other shoes that are not on this top 5 are just shoes that you think are polarizing to people in a good or a bad way, and they do like them or they don't like them? Leave a comment, let me know what you guys think about those shoes as well. But thank you guys for watching the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. Go check out Collective Kicks again if you guys are looking for sneaker deals of the weeks. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys for some more videos soon. Peace, guys.